What's up, everybody? Today I am here talking with Jeff, and we've actually already talked a couple times, so now we're doing a public call. And you want to talk about Skillshare, right?
That's right. Yeah, thank you very much, Jack. I really appreciate that. I'm really excited, and I'm also going to use this recording to share with my contacts as well, because you're the one who introduced me to Skillshare, and I also share with you the goal of like lifelong knowledge and learning about different things, and then getting paid for that as well. So I think that's a tremendous opportunity. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it's why I feel so good about Skillshare. I mean, if you
Right,
can learn on a platform and also make money from what you're learning, that's a wonderful combination.
right. So I'll just if I could do some introductions. I I was in the military for 20 years. I was working for the federal government for 9. I'm getting ready to retire. I decided that now that I've completed like almost half a century, I don't want to continue to work for anybody else. I want to be um, untethered. I don't want to, I prefer to work at home, or at least be able to take my working with me wherever I want to go. I mean, I don't have to. I don't want to ball.
Freedom!
Mhm. Yeah, I don't freedom exactly. I don't want to. I don't want to have to check in with anybody or be tethered to anything. It's nice to have the lifestyle that you've actually been living for. You're a lot younger than I am, but you've been living this. I actually kind of envious of you that you have this freedom where you can work, where you want to and when you want to and how you want to. And I think
Super
that's very,
lucky. Super lucky.
very, very, very appealing. So I met Jack. I first took a course a couple years ago from David Vu on Udemy. Udemy is also like a educational platform. And I've got tons of courses that I paid for on Udemy that I've never even started. But I got I bought this course from David Vu, which was very good. It's probably a lot of people started this course. It was about drop shipping, which is buying items from like retail establishments and then selling them on eBay. I got involved with that a little bit. I dabbled with that, and then I kind of transitioned into fulfillment by Amazon. I took Peter Valley's course, and I've been doing that for a couple of years. I've made a very modest income, but steady but modest income with that, and I've always wanted to scale it. So, I have a company that I incorporated in the state of Florida. My wife and I own the company. It's a basically we sell textbooks, but we're looking to expand. And the thing about it, and I don't mean to go off on a tangent, Jack. Stop me
It's all
whenever
good.
you want to. But the thing that kind of scared me was last year. I decided to increase my business to go beyond just selling textbooks, and I introduced some physical items. And Amazon had suspended my account, and I was suspended for 5 weeks. So I was making like a you know in gross sales a few $1,000s a month, and profit probably about 25% of that after cost of goods and so on and so forth. But I mean, everything came to a complete stop, and I didn't think I was going to get my account back. And I was very lucky. I mean, I heard basically that the word was that I had gotten the final word that my account was shut down, and basically I was going to be, out of business, and that there was nothing else that could be done. But persistently, every day, emailing different people, and I had hired a reinstatement service to help me get my account back. But I did get my account back after 5 weeks of being shut down. I didn't get an apology or anything from doing what I was doing, but that really made me think that I really need to have some diversification when it comes to, like, if I'm going to do business opportunities and things like that. I need to have a lot of diversification, because if one thing gets shut down, I don't want that to be like, oh shit, well there goes, I can't feed my family, or I have to go back and
There goes my life.
there goes my dreams. So I think that diversification is a good thing. And so I took David Vu's course, but I also learned about this gentleman by the name of Jack Pitman, who I'm talking to now, and that he was also a big drop shipper, and that basically David Vu was doing Home Depot, and Jack was the Walmart guru. So I started checking in and watching periodically, and I still do over a number of years. I've been watching Jack's YouTube channel. I've been a subscriber, and watching his journey. And I heard about the Skillshare thing because I heard about what happened with his experience with eBay and all that. And that's happened to quite a few people too. I mean, everything changes. Everything, nothing stays the same. But I heard about that, and then I heard him going into Skillshare. I said, well, maybe that's why I wanted to talk to him more today about the Skillshare. And I had actually joined. But okay, so if I could talk about Skillshare now, Jack. I actually signed up with somebody years ago as a free member. I mean, I have all my emails. I'm like a prolific saver of all my emails. And I saved my emails all the way back to 2008. I have a big, gigantic Gmail account. So I didn't even realize it. I signed up for about 1 million different things, but I signed up for Skillshare years and years ago, and just never did anything with it. I never signed up as a premium member. I did, sign up using your affiliate link on your website as a premium member, but I don't know if you got the credit for that or not.
I have no idea how it works in that situation.
Okay, I guess it's something worth exploring or something, because I did sign up under you. I did use your affiliate link, and I do know that I got 2 free months with Skillshare.
It probably works then, because typically if you just sign up without an instructor, then it's going to give you 30 days for free instead of 60. So it's always better to use an instructor's sign-up link.
Okay, that's good to know. And well, then I'm glad, because I hope that you got credit for it, because I probably signed up, from somebody I just maybe got a random email, or some, friend of a friend sent me this, and
Skillshare offers the feature to make a course free, so you can send out coupons that allow people to just make a quick account and look at a course without having to pay anything. So it's possible that you are on the receiving end of that part of Skillshare. I'm not sure.
Okay. Is there a way, do you have a back office where you can look at, who signed up and
yeah,
what?
I could check and see if you're in the affiliate list.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to make sure you got credit, because I totally let that go and didn't have any interest until you mentioned it, and you revived my interest in Skillshare, because just as hopefully some of the viewers that are watching this may have some of the same objections, and their objections are not rejections that I have, and that's right now there's so much information. There's there's information overload. With Udemy, like I said, I mentioned I have classes. I have hundreds of classes on Udemy, and I paid for them, and I haven't even started them. I mean, I actually paid money. A lot of times they would have a Black Friday sale, and it'd be get all these courses.
I like the idea of this course. I like the idea of this course.
Yeah, I said I there were a couple of them that were Black Friday courses. These are normally $100, but you can get it for $10. So I would just fill up my course basket and bought 8 or 9 courses, and then to this day I haven't taken it, taken advantage of that. And
on Skillshare, you don't need to worry about that. You just use the courses that you're using. There's no reason to sign up for one unless you're actually watching it.
But isn't it information overload? I mean, isn't it too much? Is there a point when you get
yeah, definitely. And it's honestly, for me, it's only recently that, even though I've been a YouTuber for like almost 2 years now, and I've been using YouTube and other online learning marketplaces for like 3 or 4 years. It's only recently that I've been able to regularly use these tools to learn stuff. And the way that I was able to kind of get over that information overload was to start making spreadsheets where ahead of the time I pick the videos that I'm going to watch later. I never really did that in the past. I just watched a video as I came across it. Maybe I would click watch later, but I didn't have a diligent system to actually watch the videos I was adding to that list. And it wasn't until I started making these Google Sheet documents and just putting in, okay, here are 30 courses about this. I take this on day 1, day 2, day 3. And now I'm actually like, I don't feel as overwhelmed by the amount of information because there's a system that I use to identify the course that I want to take before I actually sit down and take the course.
So you have a system. I shouldn't say we. You have a system that you're educating your subscribers, and I'm a part of that education, to sign up with Skillshare. Sign up with your affiliate link,
or
if you
anybody's. Yeah.
Yeah. You sign up, and then you get 2 months for free. And then there's a possibility where you can get a year worth of Skillshare, if I understand correctly.
Yep.
A year worth of Skillshare, is that right? Or?
Yeah, so Skillshare has these things called workshops, and you can kind of think of them like forums. They're just discussion boards where you can talk to other teachers and other instructors and other students. And typically Skillshare will host different workshops where they have certain goals. For example, one of them every month is the Teach Challenge workshop. And so as part of this workshop, everybody who participates, like first week, you got to identify the subject of your course and post it. Second week, you got to have an outline and post it. Third week, you got to have an example video. Fourth week, you publish your course. This kind of thing. So when you you join these workshops, these monthly workshops, and as long as you publish a course within that month of time and you post the course, you can't just publish the course, it's not automatic, you have to publish the course and share it in that discussion, then Skillshare will give you a year of membership. It takes about a month to get it, so they have the end date, and then like 2 weeks later you'll get an email that you have to use to activate your year of Skillshare. And you will have to then cancel your billing agreement because otherwise Skillshare is just going to charge you. So there's a little bit of nitpickiness, but you do end up with 14 months of Skillshare for free.
So is there do you have like a formula, like a guide to like, this is exactly what you do, or how do you corral people into getting
I have a course on Skillshare that explains the process, but it makes more sense for it to be on YouTube. And so I've shared a few things in different places, and I sometimes lose track of it. But I have one video I can share real quick. 1 second. On YouTube, I think it's how to get free Skillshare membership for a year. Jack Pitman, Skillshare year. Yeah, here, I'll send you a link.
Okay, great.
Bum bum. There you go. Yeah, so that explains how to do the process. It doesn't go into a whole lot of detail about course creation itself. That is where the Skillshare course covers more information. But this YouTube video explains the whole process of getting the trial and how the year of free Skillshare works and how to get it.
Okay. So how do we make money with this? I've been doing also been doing some network marketing with a company, and a lot of the objections that people have when you're approaching them about network marketing is that they don't have the money to get started. And one of the things that when I heard you talk about this is like, this is something that potentially you don't have to front any money.
Yeah, there's not really any barrier to entry. As long as you have the ability to record video, and you don't have to have fancy equipment to do that. Like in my case, I started with just the cell phone I had and my computer. Most of my videos that have been monetized have been just screen recordings, just like this, and anybody can do that. I also have a course about setting up the screen recordings. That's actually the course that's doing the best at the moment. It's doing like quadruple as good as the other 3 courses I have. So it's kind of funny.
How do you make money off of this when you don't have
So
to spend any money?
yeah, there's two ways that you earn money on Skillshare. Skillshare for instructors isn't as profitable as other course marketplaces. And this is kind of what makes Skillshare so different, and it makes a lot of instructors hesitant to use Skillshare. Skillshare, from an affiliate marketer's perspective, is ludicrously profitable. So essentially, the way that Skillshare incentivizes people to sell on its platform is twofold. One, they will pay you $10 for every free trial that you bring to the platform, even if this free trial never ends up paying money. This is super, super unusual. Most of the time, for affiliate payments to be received, you have to convert a trial into a paying customer. So the fact that they give $10 for a free trial sign up is very, very, very appealing. And that honestly is the easier way to make money, and the more quick way to make money on Skillshare is to advertise Skillshare as a platform. And this can be quite easy to do because there is so much information on Skillshare, and you can give people 2 months of free access to pretty much any course that's relevant to what they're interested in. So this is very flexible, and it allows you to be very convincing when you're talking to people about Skillshare. Then we have the second way that Skillshare pays out, and this is through content consumed. So at the moment, you earn about 5 cents per every minute that a student spends watching one of your courses. So if you have one student and they watch 4 of your courses, you get paid for every minute that they spend watching those courses. Also, if they're rewatching videos, you get paid for this. So in the beginning, this is a really small amount of money because you haven't built traction yet. You haven't built a whole bunch of students accessing your courses and getting those minutes. So in the beginning, it's hard to earn money that way. But if you give yourself 6 to 12 months, then you can get yourself into a position where you are earning good money that way. But it's not as accessible and quick as the affiliate payout system because, especially for a person like me, I already run a YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel kind of had lost its theme, its focus, because I got banned dropshipping. So I needed a new theme, a new focus, and now I have this opportunity with Skillshare. So for me, I'm able to make good money straight away because I have the traffic from my YouTube channel and the way Skillshare incentivizes. And that's one of the reasons I'm so committed to the platform, is because I don't think that any other platform can really compete with what Skillshare can allow you to do, because it means that you can access all this information even if you're in a country where you don't earn much money. You can get a free trial. You can figure it out. It's completely accessible. And
So this
from
is an international opportunity. So anybody, anywhere can do this.
Yeah.
Is that right?
you just have to be able to make videos.
Wow.
And it's
That's
like,
awesome.
for what it's worth, okay, when I first started, for my first month, I made 4 courses, one every 7 days. And every course when I started, I didn't think it would be good. I didn't think that it would. I had a lot of doubts about every idea. And it's important to understand that those doubts don't allow you to create things. You have to just make stuff anyway, even when your brain feels that way. It's really, really important, because the reality is now one of those courses is getting a good amount of attention and has a super, super, super high engagement rate. On Skillshare, the platform rewards engagement. So students can participate in projects. And typically, you can expect between 1 in every 100 or 1 in every 10 reviews to get you a project. So the projects are normally less than the reviews. Whereas right now on the OBS course, the projects are double the amount of reviews, which is crazy. That's really, really good. And I thought that course would do horribly, but I was wrong. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that you have to just ignore that part of yourself that is doubtful and create and learn and create and learn.
So, well, have you've been doing this for a couple of months? How long have you been doing the?
I started about 2 months ago on Skillshare.
Okay.
And so
Even
for 30 days I was super active. I took one course every day and I published one course per week. But then after that I just did that for 30 days. So I'm about to start the next 30-day cycle where I do that again. But I've been on like a hiatus essentially.
okay, so what's the profit potential do you see from doing this? Like I guess it's like an engine. You have to kind of build it up
Yeah.
and everything.
So I can give some information. I can give two things to help you guys understand profitability on Skillshare. One, I'll go and I'll share my Skillshare, my earnings so far. And then I'll direct you also to a video by a YouTuber called Jerry Banfield about Skillshare. It explains a bit about how much he earns from it, and he shows earnings between like $2,000 and $3,000 per month. Here we go.
$2,000 or $3,000 a month. It's not, will not get you like a Mercedes or anything, but I've lived in places in the world where you could live by the beach for a few $100s.
That's where I live right now in Nicaragua. You can live on the beach for $200-300 a month.
That's the very definition of freedom. It changes your whole paradigm when you know that you're free. You really are. When you said freedom, you really are free. I mean, you don't have the constraints of a job, or you can be location independent. I know you had Johnny FD. I used to listen to Johnny FD's podcast. I know you had him on your YouTube channel.
That was super awesome for me because I watched him back when I was beginning, and I never imagined that I would like actually talk to him on YouTube.
Right. I took his course. I bought his book. I took his course. Sure. His course that he had recommended, which that's also an option. But these other things, as an aside, these other courses and things like that, all of them cost money up front. You've got to pay the money, and then you hope that you're doing the work right, and then you've got to play all the things right. At least with the thing at least that I'm excited about with Skillshare is that you don't have to put up you have
just time.
You have to put your credit. You do have to give a credit card. It's not going to be billed, but it's 2 months. So I guess how do you, like, if a person didn't have a credit card, they're overseas, is there a way around that? Is there a workaround solution for that?
I don't think so. They'd still have to, like, they could use someone else's card. They could use a card, and then I think you can pay with like a prepaid Visa. Okay. So a lot of times those reloadable Visa gift cards get treated as credit cards. So you can use them online for purchases and that kind of thing.
So you were starting to tell us about the gentleman who's making $2,000 to $3,000 a month. He's a fellow YouTuber that you know.
Yeah, Jerry. Well, I don't know him. I know of him. Jerry Banfield is interesting. He's actually a YouTuber that I've learned a lot from, but also not in a. I think I've learned from him. He's an example of what it takes when you have a lot of energy, but you don't necessarily channel that energy properly. And he's very honest about how he is and everything, but the rate at which Jerry produces content is insane. Like, he regularly produces, like I'm on his YouTube page right now, right? By most recent, we have 27 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 9 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 21 hours one day. So in the past 24 hours, he has produced 8 videos, and
that's insane.
It is. It's because a lot of energy, right? The problem is that this alienates your audience when you're doing this. So from a development perspective, Jerry is developing his talents and developing his experience with videos, like he just bleeds them. It's subconscious. He doesn't have to think about it. And that is incredibly useful. But when it comes to maintaining and growing an audience, this practice can alienate people. And I really have taken a lot of inspiration from Jerry, but also came to understand that I could potentially have this same weakness. And it's important that I make sure that I am being more aware of what the experience in my audience is regarding the regularity of content. And that's something that I'm actually doing now, is trying to publish my content less frequently, at least for the longer videos, so that there is a bit of time without time to look forward to. These are all important parts of the subscriber's experience on a YouTube channel.
That's awesome. So yes, there's a lot of good profit, potential. So just some objections that I know there's a lot of courses on Skillshare. Some of them seem a little bit, well, because I guess the urge is that they try to get people to just create a course, no matter how bad it is. Just turn on the camera, turn on the laptop or the phone. You can even do it off of your phone, and create a course. And some of them are kind of like, are not really informative. They're kind of like a little hokey.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple that are like that.
Right.
You can avoid those entirely if you only watch Skillshare original courses. Because then those are all like really high production value, like much better quality than like any of the courses I've ever made, for sure. So it depends how you use it, because it is true that because anybody can create courses, it's not that you are going to find that there's some courses that aren't high quality. However, honestly, most of the bad courses they're when an instructor comes from another platform and just whips up a course really quick in the exact same way that worked on the other platform, and the instructor's not really active. And they don't really care about their Skillshare kind of as a different platform. They're not trying to make it on Skillshare. They're just trying to have it be one of the marketplaces that they sell their product on. If that makes sense. And I think that results in more bad courses than like people making a course and it just being bad, because most people don't have the courage to make a course in the first place. So if you're even willing to try, you'd be surprised how you don't have to have the best quality gear, the best quality anything. You just have to be passionate and enthusiastic about something and teach it. And then, it can create a very interesting course, even if you don't have much experience.
Right. That's something to keep in mind. So how do you handle, like, when you're looking at other people's courses? Because I guess that's part of it. It's just like a synergistic thing where, you're a student and you're hoping that the teachers were going to become your student. Other teachers are going to be your students. How do you guide people as far as leaving reviews? Like, if you do go and you do have a course that's bad, does Jack Pitman ever give a bad review?
No.
Never.
So my policy is that if I don't have something good to say, I just say nothing.
Okay.
I find that life is easier that way.
If you're taking a course and you don't like the course, you don't leave any review, or what do you?
Yeah. So it depends on the situation, but typically, like, if I can't say something useful, constructive, or supportive, or encouraging, then there's no point in me saying anything at all, because I know what it's like as an instructor to receive like an aggressive or really critical review, and it doesn't really make you want to fix the problem. It makes you want to go like, fuck you, like, so I just have no interest in, like, if I can friendly point out something that I think would be easy to improve, I think about, like, okay, if I received this message, how could I word it in a way that would make me want to actually fix it? So I'll share reviews like that. But in general, most of the time, if I review a course, it's because I like it.
Right. Do you get any kind of penalty for a bad review on Skillshare? Or?
I think I only have 2 reviews on Skillshare.
Okay.
At the moment. I have more project participations than reviews, which is really, really unusual. And that's really something I should actually touch on in this call, because Skillshare has these projects that you have to create as part of the course that you create, right? And what a lot of instructors do is they create a course, and then they think of the project at the very end. They're like, okay, well, if the student takes the course, then they'll be able to do this. So if I just post this as the project, they kind of half-ass it and do it at the end. What you really want to do is just do it in a way where the student can very easily get started on the project, because most students are never going to finish. So you have to figure out how you can get Skillshare to see engagement even when the students aren't finishing the project. So if you rely on the student completing your course to even start the project, then you're guaranteeing that your engagement is going to be lower. You have to set up your projects in a way where it's literally like 30 seconds. They copy and paste some text and answer some questions. And then if they really get into it, they do the more detailed stuff, but it's got to start really simple. And I think this is quite important because that's been a recurring theme, that Skillshare will find courses with high engagement and push them. And the moment you become pushed or you become known or recognized on Skillshare, all of your other courses start getting more attention, and that's when you can really start to rack up the income from those minutes watched versus the affiliate free trial sign-up income.
Right. I was looking at the terms or the community standards that Skillshare has, and it seems like they had made these to work around all your expertise. No courses
that was one of the appeals.
No passive income, and I scratched my head. Is like, doing what we're doing isn't like doing Skillshare like passive income in and of itself.
Yeah. So what's important to understand here is that there is a language on Skillshare. Skillshare's focus is on teaching specific skills, not indirect things. So teaching somebody how to earn passive income is indirect. You're not teaching them how to earn passive income. You're teaching them something specific that they could use to earn passive income. So the reason Skillshare doesn't like that is because of the whole industry of life coaches and gurus and people in situations like I'm in, where people will pay them for information, where they are selling them an idea or a lifestyle or a fix, and then not necessarily following through with that. So on Skillshare, you have to be really careful that you're not guaranteeing any kind of result. And that's why they have a problem with passive income, because the way that a lot of people teach it is like, oh, hey, look, you don't have to work. You don't have to accomplish anything. You can just set this up. It's easy. Worked for me. It'll work for you too. And that vibe, Skillshare really tries to stay away from. So again, it's not that you can't teach anything that can be used to have passive income. It's that you can't emphasize passive income in your courses. You absolutely can teach people to earn money in their on Skillshare. You just can't have money and monetize be the focus. That can't be the theme, the main selling point of the course. The student has to feel like they are there to learn a specific thing. That's what Skillshare wants.
And no controversial subjects or anything like that.
Yeah, basically. You can't have courses about relationships or sex or drop shipping or multi-level marketing.
What about like affiliate links in your courses? Are you allowed?
You can do that.
So you have to put them at the end, or can you put them anywhere in the course? Or
I'm still not completely sure about the exact dynamic. I was a little bit worried on my YouTube Skillshare course, or actually no, my TubeBuddy course. I have a course on Skillshare where I show how to do keyword research with TubeBuddy, which is a Chrome extension for YouTube. Mm-hmm. And as part of it, you install TubeBuddy through my affiliate link. So I was worried about that. The way I handled it is that I have a video explaining how to do it, and then in the description of my course, in the about, I have links that include my affiliate stuff. And then I emailed Skillshare customer support before publishing my course, asking them to verify that the way that the course is okay. And they said there were no problems, and I published it. And it seems to be okay. The thing with Skillshare is that a lot of it isn't black and white and clear. It's kind of about a feeling. If Skillshare really feels like you are trying to establish yourself on Skillshare, they're going to be more willing to overlook if you have affiliate links and these kind of things. Whereas if they feel like you are just using Skillshare and really you are trying to establish yourself somewhere else, then they're going to be much more critical of the way that you're using Skillshare. So if a Skillshare rep feels like you're abusing the platform, that could be quite a problem. As long as it's obvious to them that you're really trying to become known on Skillshare, you have a lot of original content, you're not like making your courses in a way that is designed to direct people elsewhere, then you're going to be fine.
How do you get paid? How is that? Is it they just send you what, a PayPal or what?
Yeah. There's probably other options, but I just have everything sent to my PayPal account.
It's awesome. Awesome. Is it ever possible to make an anonymous course, or do you have to attach your name to?
You could make like a profile that is a business name or something. That's possible.
Okay.
It makes like, honestly, you want to establish yourself on as many different platforms as possible so that you're more accessible online. You have like a reach, right? So if you're making content, it should be in a way that allows people to be like, oh, hey, I remember this guy from that other thing. And you're just going to get better retention, better everything if you are publishing as yourself, from my perspective, you know.
Okay. So what is your challenge? What do you, I know you say you have a plan, and maybe we can articulate the plan. So a person coming on, I mean, what you said initially you had the goal of taking a course every single day, and maybe
for 30 days.
One course every single day, and the courses are like 30 or like 9. The average course is about an hour, so it's not that they're not.
Yeah,
really
it's not too crazy. And I picked shorter courses, so a lot of them were like 15 minutes.
So one course per day, and then maybe creating a course every week, or is that the?
Yep. So, one second, I can share my screen with you real quick. Can you see the document? What do you see?
I just see you right now.
It's not screen sharing?
No. Well, yes, now it is.
Okay, cool. So this is a Google spreadsheet, and here we have the days. Here we have a column that's all YouTube videos about Skillshare.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have a column with links to Skillshare courses. Let me make this a bit shorter. It's going to make it easier to understand. So each day I watched one YouTube video, took one course, and then I had 7 days to publish one course. So these colors are just kind of so my brain knows, okay, this is day 3 of 4. I should have picked my subject by now. This is day 6. I should have finished most of the course by now, etc. This was just a guideline. So I was exposing myself to courses and also creating courses. And I wouldn't, like, in total, doing all of this took between 30 minutes and an hour and a half per day. I never really worked that long on it. And that's kind of a recurring theme in my life, is I try and identify specific projects I can do for a week or a month that I can work on for a little bit each day, so that I can maintain balance in my life. I think it's really important to stop doing something while you still want to do it, which is a little bit hard to do sometimes.
That's awesome. So what do you think that the potential, if a person was to replicate what you're doing, what could they legitimately I mean, nobody can say for sure because it's all about everybody's creativity and their knowledge, skills, and capabilities. But if you follow this recipe, what do you expect the average person to be able to produce? Is that a fair question?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So it's important to understand that I have a huge competitive edge in this specific subject because of my ability to create video very quickly. I've been creating video almost every single day of my life for the past 2 years. And that has made it very easy for me to articulate exactly what I need to within 1 or 2 takes. So it takes me 2 or 3 hours to make a 1 hour course. Whereas if you have no experience with video, it may take you 10, 20, or 30 hours to make a 1 hour course. And this isn't because I'm smarter or anything. It's just because I have a lot more experience with how to quickly navigate through video. I watch a lot of video on 2 or 3 times speed. I know a lot of the shortcuts that enable me to produce content very quickly. And the biggest thing there is that everybody, all of us, gets lost in this analyzation paralyzation. You know what that is?
Analysis paralysis. Yeah.
Analysis paralysis. That's how you say it. Yeah, and this is when you are exposing yourself, but it's information overload and you don't know where to start. And really, with courses in particular, you can try and lay out a video like using a script and that kind of thing, but it takes so much time. Really, the best way is to identify just one thing that you've got to teach as part of this course. One specific subject. It doesn't have to be the beginning, the end. It can be anything. Like, for example, say that you have to use a tool in the course and you're teaching about the tool. Well, you can make a video setting up the account. That's going to be necessary, right? So all you have to do is identify one subject of your course, one little thing that you can make a quick video teaching. Make that video, watch it, make it again, watch it, make it again. Then you're going to know exactly what other videos you need. That's going to get the momentum going for you to then identify and articulate what the rest of your course will be. Now, it's way easier to start this way than it is to try and figure out and lay out an entire outline of a course before you've even recorded a single video. And this is, again, why I'm saying that I have a competitive advantage in this situation, is because I can make content so quickly. And it's not that I'm better at it, it's that I am able to just move and record.
Experience.
And that's the thing that's really important.
Years of experience doing this. I happen to have been coached by a gentleman by the name of Jeffrey Combs, and he says that a lot of people have neurotic perfectionism, where they won't even get started because it's got to be perfect, and so they won't allow themselves to just go and just like put a really bad course out there. So maybe we should give the people who have had these courses and they're not so good, give them a little bit of a break, because the hardest part is to get started, is to just turn on that camera and just get started. But if we can do that, and just following your recipe, following your guide, the average person, what can the average person legitimately, a ballpark, what could they expect to get out of this, besides the knowledge of getting all these courses?
I'll share some of my teaching stats on Skillshare. So first I can go to the referral section, because as a new person, you're not going to have an audience. So this section, sorry, I'm all over the place right now. It's where I'm earning most of my money, but as a new person, you're not going to be as able to get this many referrals, okay? But just for some frames of reference, like I started about 2 months ago and I've gotten 82 referrals. So that's $820. Mm-hmm. That is much more than the amount that I've gotten from royalties, which is your time spent. In total, I have 1,409 minutes watched on my Skillshare account. And that's people watching my courses, right? So 1,409 times 5 cents is $70. So it's more realistic for you to expect that in the first couple of months, if you're creating a lot of courses, because you don't have an audience, you're not going to get all of the revenue that I'm getting from the referrals. Maybe you'll be able to refer a couple friends, so you can get like $30-40. And it's quite easy to, because again, Skillshare, you can learn so much on it. You can sign up for free. It's a very easy system to refer people to. But it's unlikely that you would be able to refer like 80 or 100 people in a month. So you can't expect to earn the same exact results as I'm getting. But when it comes to the minutes watched, that's almost all just from one course that I made that is doing well. So it's completely possible that as a new person, you create a course that fulfills a need for some other people and you get the same results here. So again, that's $70 in 2 months. That's not much, but it's more than I started earning straight away dropshipping. It's more than I started earning straight away doing eBay resale in the very beginning. It's more than pretty much anything else that I've started that I earned straight away. So
it's small. It's small numbers, but it's like you're offering something to somebody and it doesn't cost anything to get started.
Yeah.
It's like selling a free product, really, and it's like really a no-brainer, I think. I was going to ask you. So, are you going to continue to just create new courses, or are you going to go back and make the courses that you've got? Are you going to go and enhance the courses that you've created?
So the way it looks right now is that so I did the 30-day thing, and then I took a break, and now I'm starting a 3-week module that my one of my team members, or Axel, or a virtual assistant, made for me, where he identified subjects that he thinks I should learn and study, and he identified like 24 of them, so that's 3 weeks worth. So I'm doing that, and I really liked the 1 course a week thing, but I do think that I need to put in a week where I reevaluate existing courses and improve the videos in those existing courses based on performance and what the feedback that I'm getting from my students. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to play a role. It may be that I do these months of creation where I create courses for a month, and then I do a month where I just kind of take a step back, take some time, reevaluate the courses, see if there's little tweaks and things I can improve, work on sharing the courses and marketing outside of Skillshare. I'm still not sure exactly how I'm going to play that out, but I am confident that when you first start on Skillshare, you should watch a course every day for 30 days. That will really open your mind to the power that Skillshare presents and the amount of information you can get on it.
And I think that it's all about for the people that I'm proposing this to. It's about really like going outside of your comfort zone and trying something new and being creative. And I think that's the thing is to turn on your inner creativity that everybody has. It's just that people don't necessarily utilize, and that everybody's got. I heard somewhere, maybe it was you that was saying this, Jack, but everybody has a course inside them, and at least one. We have to bring that. We have to manifest that course.
Just got to let it out.
Just got to let it come out. And so, what challenges do you give to the people who that you introduce this to?
Challenges? What do you mean by challenges?
Well, I signed up, and now. Basically, I guess your challenge is to copy.
Next?
Yeah, what the next step?
I gotcha. Actionable steps.
Uh-huh.
So it would definitely be to just identify like 7 courses. That would probably be realistic. 30 is a lot. Like, I understand that. Like, I have all day, every day to do whatever I want, so I could do 1 course every day. Whereas for some people, maybe they need like 2 courses a week or something like that because they're super busy. You got to be realistic, right? But really, the first actionable step would be to identify a subject you want to learn something about, and make a list of the courses that you want to take, and then to schedule days where you will take those courses, and then to follow through and take the courses. You could just take them straight away, but I think that doing things in these different stages really helps you get over that information overload, and it helps kind of separate the part where you're identifying courses, but you're not going to take them now. You're going to take them later, because it's a different way of thinking than when you're actually taking the course. Looking for a course to take and taking the course require a different mindset. So for me, for example, say that I was brand new to Skillshare right now, what I need to learn more about is like Google AdSense. So I would just go to Skillshare, search for Google AdSense, and now I have a couple different things that come up here. And I'm pretty, like, I have a hard time paying attention to stuff that's long, so I'm going to filter it 15 to 30 minutes, and I'm going to just look and see what pops out to me. So this is one, so I'm going to open this in a new tab. 3 major mistakes, that sounds useful. And an introduction to Google Analytics. So I have 3 courses that I can take about the subject
If you want to understand how
that
Google
I
works,
need to
pay
learn
attention.
about. So the next step would be to then copy those links and just paste them in a Google Sheet document or in a notepad. Just something that you already use would be ideal.
Great. That is so awesome. So I'm going to be like your guinea pig and do this, and maybe I'll be back on your to do another call and in 8 weeks' time and let you know how many courses I've created and all the courses that I took. And
I think for most people, 1 or maybe 2 in a month would be a more realistic goal. Doing one per week is absolutely doable, but feels really, really intimidating when you're doing it. Like, there were a couple times I didn't know the subject by the 3rd day, and I was just like, ah! And the course that's doing the best is one of those, which is funny. Like, completely last minute, actually only worked on it for 3 days, and doing better than the other ones.
Right. Okay, so the more realistic goal would be 1 or 2 a month, right?
Yeah, I want to say 2, but really, like, what would be realistic is for a person who has like a full-time job would be to take 7 courses in a month and to create 1 of their own courses. But you really have to plan everything ahead of time so that you know like when to work on what and what to do. You have to have that planning stage. You can't just be like, oh, maybe I'll work on it today, maybe I won't. Like, you have to be like, okay, Tuesday I'm working on this, Wednesday I'm working on that. And you have to then go do something else, and then Tuesday comes and you follow through. It's really important.
A lot of the they have the promos, like when they give you your codes, like, you know, if you recommend this, then you get a free month of Skillshare. Is that in addition to the compensation, or is that just for students, or?
That's just for students.
Okay.
Yeah, so the base, if you have no affiliation with anybody and you go to Skillshare and you want to start, you can get a 30-day free trial. If you're a student and you want to share like a particular course, or you want to share with somebody else, then you can get them a 30-day trial. And I think I don't remember if you still get paid if you're just a student. I know that the moment you publish a course, you're an instructor, and it's a 10-minute minimum. So becoming an instructor is very doable.
Okay. Doable. Very, very good. Well, thank you so much, Jack. That's fantastic. Really great information there. So I encourage everybody to like and subscribe and comment if you have comments. And thanks again, Jack. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for your time, man. This was fun.
All right,
Hope to
awesome.
see you again soon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Ciao.
Ciao.